I tell people my life is quiet now. Quiet is good, I say, like I'm convincing myself. Lucas looks up from the couch. You okay? He asks. I'm fine, I say. Just thinking about my birthday, he smiles. 30 isn't scary. I'm not scared, I lie. It's just a number. Then why are you pacing? He asks. I like pacing, he laughs. You like overthinking. I sit beside him. I've grown up, I say. I'm not who I was with Evan. Lucas goes still. I know, he says carefully. I mean it, I say. That part of my life is done. He nods. I trust you. Those words should have been enough. They weren't. Later, I call Maya. Be honest, I say. Am I healed? She snorts. That's not a yes or no question. I feel healed, I say. Mostly is dangerous, she says. Why? I'm making the guest list. She pauses. Say his name. Evan. I whisper. No, she says. Absolutely not. It's just an invitation. I say. Closure is a myth, Maya says. You don't need him there. I'm not emotional about it, I say. I just don't want awkward silence if people ask. Who cares what people ask? She says. What do you feel? I feel calm, I say. I feel in control. You sound like you're lying, she says gently. I'm not, I insist. I love Lucas. That can be true and still be a bad idea, she says. I'm not reopening anything, I say. I'm proving I've moved on, Maya sighs. You don't prove healing by touching the wound. After the call, I stare at my phone. Lucas is in the kitchen. Who was that? He asks. Maya, I say. What did she say? Irrelevant, I say. She worries. He watches me. Do you? No. I say too fast. It's my birthday. He nods slowly. It's your choice. I scroll until I see Evan's name. My thumb hovers. This is stupid. I mutter. I type. Erase. Type again. Hey, I'm having a small birthday thing. You're invited. I stare at it. Send, I whisper. The dots appear almost immediately. My breath catches. I'll be there, Evan writes. My hands start shaking. Get it together, I tell myself. Later that night, Maya texts. Did you do it? No, I reply. 3 dots. Don't lie. I just sent an invite. I say. She calls. Why would you do that? Because I can. I say. Because it doesn't hurt. If it didn't hurt, you wouldn't be shaking. She says. I'm fine. I say. Lucas. Text from the kitchen. Yellow curry or green? Yellow, I reply. You sure you're okay? He asks. I said I am. I type. Stop worrying. He sends a smile emoji. I just care. The word care makes my throat tight. I care too, I say out loud. Maya texts once more. Please be careful. I know what I'm doing, I reply. I put my phone face down. Inside my chest, something cracks. I ignore it. The music is loud. But my head is louder. You don't have to hover, I tell Lucas. I'm not hovering, he says. I'm standing right next to me. It's your birthday. I know, I say. You've said it 5 times. He smiles anyway. I like today. I fake a smile back. Me too. Maya leans in. You're tense. I'm excited, I say. She raises an eyebrow. That's not excitement. Before I can answer, the room shifts. I feel it before I see it. Then I look up. Evan stands by the door. My chest tightens. Oh, I whisper. Lucas follows my stare. His jaw sets. He came. I invited him, I say. Remember? I remember, he says. I just hoped he wouldn't. Evan walks over. Happy birthday. Thanks, I say. You look good. You too, he says. His eyes linger. Lucas steps closer. Hey. Evan nods. Hey. The silence hurts. I'm going to check the cake, Maya says quickly. Lucas turns to me. Can we talk later? I say. Please. He exhales. Fine. Evan smiles like he won something. I didn't know you'd be uncomfortable. I'm not, I lie. We're all adults, right? He says. Adults. Lucas walks away. The space he leaves feels cold. You didn't have to come, I say. You asked me. Evan replies. I thought it mattered. It doesn't, I say too fast. I mean, it's just polite. He tilts his head. You always were bad at lying. I stiffen. That was a long time ago. Doesn't feel like it. He says. I step back. Enjoy the party. Later, Lucas finds me by the sink. Why didn't you warn me? I did. I say. I told you. You didn't tell me it would feel like this. He says. I didn't know it would. He laughs. But it's empty. You always say that. What's that supposed to mean? I ask. It means, he says slowly, that you still react to him. That's not fair, isn't it? He asks. I cross my arms. You're overthinking. No, he says. I'm finally thinking clearly. Lucas, I can't do this. He says. My heart drops. Do what? Compete with your past. He says. I'm calling this off. The words hit hard. You're breaking up with me on my birthday. I'm setting a boundary, he says. I love you. That's not love, I say. That's control. He shakes his head. I want to marry you. I stare. What? I want a future, he says, but not like this. So what are you saying? I ask. I'm saying. Choose, he says. Him or me. That's unfair. I whisper. Life is unfair, he says. Think about it. He walks away. I stand alone, candles burning, cake untouched. I don't blow them out. I sit on my bed staring at my phone. He really did that, I whisper. Maya sits beside me. He gave you a choice. On my birthday, I say. Who does that? Someone who's scared, she says, or someone who's done. I didn't ask for that, I say. I didn't plan this. She looks at me. But you invited Evan. That doesn't mean anything, I snap. It means something. To Lucas, she says, I didn't touch Evan. I say, I didn't flirt. You lit up, she says quietly. I look away. That's not fair. Neither is pretending you're over someone when you're not, she says. My phone buzzes. Evan's name. Don't, Maya says. I just want to see what he says. I reply. Famous last words, I answer. What do you want, Evan? Replies, are you okay? That's it, I type. After tonight, you looked shaken, he writes. I got dumped. I say. 3. I'm sorry. For what? I ask. For coming. For being complicated, he says. I laugh out loud. You've always been complicated. Still am, he says. But I missed you. Maya grabs my wrist. Stop. I need clarity, I say. Just this, Evan writes. I never stopped thinking about you. My chest tightens. That's not fair. Neither is pretending. He says. I hesitate. Lucas wants me to marry him. There's a pause. Then, do you want to? I don't know. I admit. That's your answer. Evan says. Maya shakes her head. You're choosing chaos. I'm choosing honesty, I whisper. The next morning, Lucas texts. Did you decide? I talked to Evan. I type. No reply. In our pauses. Then, I can't do this. Wait. I say, we should talk. I already said everything, he replies. Take care of yourself. That's it. No fight, no begging. Maya exhales. He's gone. I know. I say. Evan calls. I heard. You always hear. I say. So? He asks. What now? I close my eyes. I choose you. Silence. Then he says, come over. I hang up and sit there shaking. Maya watches me. You're making a mistake. Maybe, I say. But it feels easy. She stands. Easy isn't safe. I don't want safe, I say. She sighs. Just don't say I didn't warn you. When she leaves, the room feels empty. I pack a bag. I don't look back. Evan's apartment smells like coffee and something stale. You can put your bag there, he says. I won't stay long, I reply. He smirks. You always say that. That was before, I say. Before what? He asks. Before you chose me? I didn't choose like that, I say. I just ended something else. He steps closer. That's still a choice, I cross my arms. Don't twist it. I'm not, he says. I'm just happy. You don't look surprised, I say. I'm not, he admits. I knew Lucas wouldn't last. That's cruel, I snap. He shrugs. I know you. You don't, I say. You knew an old version, he laughs. You're still her. I sit on the couch. I'm tired. Rough night, he says. You caused half of it, and the other half? He asks. Me? I say quietly. He sits beside me. You don't have to carry that alone. I glance at him. You always say the right thing. That's because I mean it, he says. My phone buzzes. Maya, I ignore it. Evan notices. She doesn't like me. She sees patterns, I say. And you don't. I try not to, I reply. Days pass fast. You're here a lot, Evan says one morning. I'm between places, I say. You could stay, he says. No. Pressure. That sounds like pressure, I say. He smiles. You overthink. I hear his phone buzz. He flips it face down. Who was that? I ask. No one, he says too quickly. I frown. You didn't even check. I'll do it later, he says. Is it Rachel? I ask. His jaw tightens. Why would you say that? Because she still exists, I say. She's a friend, he says. Relax. Friends don't text at midnight, I say. He stands. You're starting already. Starting what? I ask, asking questions. I just got you back, he says. Can't we be good? I am being good. I say, I'm being honest. He runs a hand through his hair. You're sensitive. That's not an answer. I say. He grabs his jacket. I need air. Don't walk away, I say. I'll be back, he replies. The door shuts. Hours pass. When he returns, he smells like perfume. You're imagining things, he says before I speak. I didn't say anything, I reply. You were thinking it, he says. That's not fair, I say. You always do this, he snaps. You ruin good moments. Good for who? I ask. He sighs. I can't fix your insecurities. They weren't this loud before you, I say. He looks at me like I'm the problem. You wanted this. I swallow. I wanted the truth. He turns away. Go to bed. I lie awake staring at the ceiling. Safe never felt like this, neither did love. Daniel calls me at noon. I need to talk to you, he says. About what? I ask. About Evan. He says, and Rachel. My stomach tightens. They're friends, he exhales. That's what he told you? Yes, I say. Why? Because I saw them together, he says. Last night. I sit up. Together how? Dinner, he says. Holding hands. You're lying, I say. I wish I was, he replies. I didn't know how to tell you. I live with him, I say. He came home late. Daniel is quiet. I'm sorry. I hang up without saying goodbye when Evan walks in. I don't smile. Where were you last night? He freezes. Work. I nod. Funny. Daniel saw you at a restaurant. His face hardens. Daniel needs to mind his business, so it was true. I say, you and Rachel, she understands me. He snaps. She doesn't interrogate me. I asked a question. I say, you accuse. He says, you always accuse. Were you holding her hand? I asked. He looks away. That's enough, so that's it. I say, all those talks about honesty. I never promised exclusivity. He says, you promised change. I whisper. He shrugs. People say things. I laugh, sharp and broken. You didn't even try. I didn't think I had to. He says, you came back. That wasn't permission. I say, you wanted this. He repeats, no. I say, I wanted. Truths. He grabs his keys. I'm not doing this. You never do. I say. When he leaves. I don't cry right away. I pack instead. Maya answers on the first ring. Say you're leaving. I'm leaving. I say, good. She replies, I'm coming. By the time she arrives, my bag is zipped. He didn't fight. I tell her, that tells you everything. She says, I block Evan's number. My hands don't shake. Later, Daniel texts, are you okay? I will be. I reply. That night, I sit alone. I replay every warning I ignored. I don't think about revenge. I think about how quiet the room feels. For the first time in weeks, quiet feels like relief. The therapist's office smells like tea. You don't have to start anywhere specific. Dr. Elaine says, I don't know how to start without sounding stupid. I reply. She smiles. Then sound stupid. I left him. I say, again, how do you feel about that? She asks, relieved. I admit. Ashamed, strong, all at once. That's normal, she says. Why did you go back? I shrug. Because he wanted me. And why did that matter? She asks. I stare at the floor. Because I didn't want to feel disposable. She nods. So you chose familiarity over safety. That makes me sound weak. I say, it makes you human. She replies. After the session, Maya meets me outside. How was it? I cried. I say, but not about Evan. She raises an eyebrow. Progress. I talked about patterns. I say, about how chaos feels like love to me. Maya bumps my shoulder. I've been telling you that for years. I know. I say, I just finally listened. We walk in silence for a moment. Then she says, I heard something about Evan. I ask, yeah. She says, Rachel moved out. I feel nothing okay. And he's been calling people. She adds, asking about you. That's also okay. I say. She steadies my face. You're serious. I don't hate him. I say, I just don't miss him. That night, Lucas texts, I found your jacket. I stare at the screen. You can keep it. I type. He replies, can we talk? I hesitate. About the jacket. About everything. He says. We meet at a cafe. He looks the same. That hurts more than I expect. You look good. He says, so do you. I reply. He takes a breath. I'm sorry. For what? I ask. For the ultimatum. He says, I shouldn't have done that. I understand why you did. I say, I just wasn't ready. I see that now. He says, I hope you're okay. I am. I say honestly. He smiles, sad but kind. That's enough for me. When we part, I don't look back. At my next session, Dr. Elaine asks, what does peace feel like? I think, boring, I say, but in a good way. She laughs. Boring can be healthy. I don't want fireworks anymore. I say, I want consistency. That's a powerful realization. She says, later, Daniel calls. I didn't want to overstep before. You didn't. I say, you helped. I'm glad. He replies, you sound different. I am. I say. That night, I sit alone with a book I actually read. My phone stays quiet. For once, silence doesn't scare me. It feels earned. I'm leaving the grocery store when I hear my name. Wait, I don't turn right away. I know that voice. Please, Evan says, just a minute. I sigh and face him. What do you want? He looks thinner, tired. To talk. I don't. I say, I deserve that. He says quickly, but I need to say something. I cross my arms. Say it. He swallows. I messed up. That's vague. I reply, I lost Rachel. He says, she left. I know. I say, Maya told me. He blinks. Oh. And before you ask, I add, I didn't feel anything. He winces. That hurts. I'm not trying to hurt you. I say, I'm just being honest. He nods. I deserve that too. We stand there awkwardly. He shifts. I miss you. I don't miss us. I say, I didn't know how bad I was until you left. He says, I told you. I reply, you just didn't listen. He rubs his face. I thought you'd always come back. That was the problem. I say, I'm different now. He says, I swear. I shake my head. You said that before. This time I mean it. I believe you mean it. I say, I just don't believe it lasts. He looks down. Is there really no chance? I take a breath. No. Why not? He asks, desperate. We have history. We have damage. I say, that matters more. He laughs weakly. You're so calm. I worked hard for that, I reply. I lost my job, he blurts. Everything's falling apart, I pause. I'm sorry, he looks up, hopeful. You are, yes, I say, but I'm not fixing it, silence stretches. I thought karma would feel louder, he says. It's quiet, I reply. Like growth, he nods slowly. You're better without me, I am, I say. And you'll survive without me, he hesitates. Can we at least be friends? I almost laugh, no. He sighs, I figured. I step back, take care of yourself, Evan, you too, he says softly. I walk away before he can say anything else later. Maya calls, was that him? Yes, I say, and I said no, I reply. She smiles through the phone. I'm proud of you. Asterisk so am I say. That night, I journal instead of spiraling. I write one sentence over and over. I don't need chaos to feel alive. The words feel true for the first time. I don't wonder if he regrets losing me. I know I don't regret leaving. Lucas's message pops up on my phone while I'm brewing coffee. Can we meet? No expectations, just to talk. I stare at it, my fingers hover. Finally, I type, okay. We sit across from each other in the quiet corner of a cafe. Steam rises from my latte. But I barely notice. You look different, he says, finally breaking the silence. So do you, I reply. He sighs. I meant what I said before. About the ultimatum, I shouldn't have done that. I understand why, I say. I just wasn't ready for that kind of choice. He nods slowly. I know now, and I regret putting you through it. I look out the window. It hurt a lot, but it also made me see what I really want. And what is that? He asks, leaning back. Peace, I say. Consistency, not chaos disguised as love. He smiles, soft and sad. I see. I hope you find that. I will, I say, and I hope you find your own. We sit for a few more minutes, sipping coffee in silence. No accusations. No apologies that needed to be begged for. Just understanding. Take care of yourself, he says finally, standing. You too, I reply. Later that evening, I text Maya, met Lucas. It was good, she replies. Yes, I type back. Closure feels weirdly calm, she laughs. Welcome to adulting. I sit back on the couch, my phone beside me, and stare at the ceiling for the first time in weeks. Silence doesn't scare me, it feels earned. No texts from Evan, no ultimatums, no chaos, just quiet. And I like it. I reach for my journal and start writing. I didn't lose love, I found myself. The words feel heavier and lighter at the same time. I close the journal and breathe. Tomorrow, I'll wake up without looking back. Tonight, I let myself rest. I'm sitting at the kitchen table, drinking tea, when my phone buzzes. It's Maya. Guess who's texting me now? I mutter, let me guess, she says. Evan? I nod. He wants to meet. Why? She asks, incredulous. I don't know, I reply. Maybe closure, maybe something else. Don't do it. She warns. I have to, I say. One last time. We meet at a quiet park. He's already there, leaning against a tree, looking worn. Hey, he says softly. Hi, I reply. He rubs the back of his neck. I wanted to say I screwed up with Rachel, with you, everything you did, I say. You really did. I didn't realize until it was too late, he admits. I thought you'd come back no matter what. I didn't, I say. That's the difference. I'm alone now, he says. Everything's falling apart. I take a deep breath. I'm sorry. But I'm not here to fix you, he looks at me, hope flickering. You don't hate me, I don't, I say. I just don't miss us. He flinches. I thought maybe I would forgive you, I say. Maybe I would go back. But not today, not ever, he nods, quiet for a long moment. Can we at least be friends? I almost laugh. No, I say firmly. I figured, he mutters. I step back. Take care of yourself, Evan, you too, he says softly. I walk away before he can speak again, feeling lighter with each step. Later, I call Maya. I did it, I say. You said no, she replies. Yes, I say. And I mean it. She smiles through the phone. Proud of you. So am I say. That night, I sit with my journal. I write one sentence repeatedly. I don't need chaos to feel alive. I close the journal, lean back, and stare at the ceiling. Silence fills the room, steady and calm. For the first time, I know I made the right choice. I don't regret leaving. I don't miss him. I only have myself, and that feels enough. The next morning, Lucas's text pops up. Coffee? No expectations, just a talk. I stare at it for a long time. My fingers hover over the keyboard before I type. Okay, we meet at a quiet corner of a cafe. The steam from my latte curls in the air, but I barely notice. You look different, he says, finally breaking the silence. So do you, I reply. He sighs. I meant what I said before. About the ultimatum. I shouldn't have done that. I understand why, I say. I just wasn't ready for that kind of choice. He nods slowly. I know now, and I regret putting you through it. I look out the window. It hurt a lot, but it also made me see what I really want. And what is that? He asks, leaning back. Peace, I say. Consistency, not chaos disguised as love. He smiles. Soft and sad. I see. I hope you find that. I will, I say. And I hope you find your own. We sit for a few more minutes, sipping coffee in silence. No accusations. No apologies that needed to be begged for. Just understanding. Take care of yourself, he says finally, standing. You too, I reply, later that evening. I text Maya, met Lucas. It was he good? Good? She replies, yes. I type back. Closure feels weirdly calm. She laughs. Welcome to adulting. I sit back on the couch, my phone beside me, and stare at the ceiling for the first time in weeks. Silence doesn't scare me. It feels earned. No texts from Evan, no ultimatums, no chaos, just quiet. And I like it. I reach for my journal and start writing. I didn't lose love, I found myself. The words feel heavier and lighter at the same time. I close the journal and breathe. Tomorrow I'll wake up without looking back. Tonight, I let myself rest.